Turn up Thursday. I'm actually doing my live. I won't be doing an I'm pissed Saturday because I have a family outing. So I'm doing something a little bit different today, other than my I'm pissed Saturdays here. So I welcome anyone to the channel. If you are a member, thank you for your memberships. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Just Listen podcast. And hey, I want to talk about a couple of things on this Thursday here. So I hope everybody's day is going well. I hope that you find yourself in peace, unlike the Trump administration here. But yeah, I hope everybody is doing okay today. I do apologize if I'm echoing. I am in my office. My wife and I we're working on getting some soundproof stuff up here, but the way that inflation's rolling in and day out, we will be eventually doing that sometime. But yeah, I'm in my office today, so welcome to the Just Listen podcast, and welcome to a Turn Up Thursday. Now, I'm trying to figure out, and maybe my subscribers can let me know when is the best time. I know I do have quite a bit of engagement over the weekends, but I want to know, when's a good time to do, lives particularly. So uh, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time watching me, if this is your first time seeing me, uh, all I can say is check out my videos and you'll see exactly what I talk about. You'll get to understand me and my feelings towards this administration and Donald Trump and so forth. So I welcome you to the particular podcast. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you see the same things that I see, with gas prices fluctuating up and down, still super high, higher than what it used to be, back in February before Donald Trump decided to start a war with Iran. So yeah, like I said, holla at your boy. Give me a shout. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you gotta subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You gotta subscribe. If you care about people, if you care about humanity, if you care about this country and you care about people around the world, you will join this particular platform here. Because we need more of us out here. We need more people that's going to be speaking truth, and we need more people that's going to be talking about the issues that we're having in the United States. I mean, in regards to being a MAGA head, you don't need to subscribe. But in regards to joining the channel, becoming a channel member, I care about people, and that's why I do this. I'm not a grifter. I'm not one of these right wing pundits that talk shit and lie and protect pedophiles. That's not me here on this channel. I don't do that. I'll keep it real with you, and I'm gonna keep it honest with you. And I'm a man that understands if I'm wrong anytime, I will call. I will. I'm man enough to say that I'm wrong. Unlike Donald Trump, unlike the Trump administration, unlike people who, like your Candace Owens, your Brandon Tatum's. I don't even want to call him an officer because he's a piece of shit. But anyways, I'm gonna keep it clean today. My son's here. He's downstairs, but I wanted to post in the comments section. Let me know, did anybody watch the New York Knicks game last night against the San Antonio Spurs? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you are a Spurs fan. Let me know what team you root for. I watched that game last night. Let's talk sports here for a minute, because I love sports. I love, basketball, football, of course, baseball, track and field. I love sports, and we got the World Cup that's going on here. There's been some controversy over the World Cup, and I probably won't be watching any games. I don't get into soccer like that, but of course, with football, the football that is the actual name, not the Americanized football. We do have quite a few sports fans who get into like FIFA, World Cup, and stuff like that. But yeah, anybody watch the Knicks game? Did anybody get a chance to see the New York Knicks? It was history. It was a historical moment for the Knicks last night. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Did you watch the Knicks game, and did you see just it was crazy. I mean, I thought that it was over. I was actually going to end up, cutting the game off come halftime, because the Spurs were killing it. The Spurs were lighting it up. I mean, it's like they couldn't miss a basket in the first half. I think they set set the record for threes made in the first half of a game. But then, of course, the Knicks came back and they set the historical moment of the largest comeback of all time in any NBA Finals, any NBA, really in NBA history. So I'm not for sure what's going on here. I can't see messages, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make some updates or whatever. There we go. Let's see if that happens. Let's see if that works there. But listen, give me thumbs up if you are in New York or you're a Knicks fan. Give me some thumbs ups. You know, thumbs ups. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you actually watched the game. Jalen Brunson is a beast. OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart. You know, Josh Hart he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart's okay. But the Spurs, man, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was terrible coaching. I don't know if it was, terrible gameplay by Wembanyama, or just the players in general. De'Aaron Fox. Why would you give De'Aaron Fox the person to get the last shot in the game? You know what I'm saying? De'Aaron Fox, number one. Karl Anthony Towns. Let me just tell you this. Karl Anthony Towns and De'Aaron Fox, they went to University of Kentucky, which is the University of Louisville's nemesis. You know, they are our rival. So when they played in Kentucky, I couldn't stand them playing in Kentucky. I can't hate them now. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate them now since they play in the NBA. But I couldn't stand De'Aaron Fox. I couldn't stand Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. I couldn't stand those dudes because I went to University of Louisville. So, Karl Anthony Towns, he's a beast. I'm gonna just tell you that. De'Aaron Fox used to be a beast when he played for the Sacramento Kings. But things have changed when it comes to the game of NBA, and the older you get, you know what I'm saying? Victor Wembanyama was going off in the first half. Castle and Evans and all these guys were balling out. But I think, here's me personally, it was terrible coaching for one. For two, it was definitely terrible gameplay. And I understand that the Spurs have the second youngest team, I think, in the NBA. I think they're the second youngest team. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a 7-game series. I can tell you that. Maybe the Knicks will lose in San Antonio, and then they take it back to New York to win. But it was terrible coaching on the fact that you have a 29-point lead. You're up 29 points going into the second half. You know what I'm saying? In the game, they were just chucking threes. I mean, they weren't making the best play, offensively. They were just not putting the ball in the paint and getting fouled to take free throw shots. As a coach, listen. As a player, for one, you have to manage the clock. If you have a 29-point lead, we know when there can be momentum to change when it comes to, hey, you're up by 3 touchdowns. You're going into the second half, and you're up by 3 touchdowns. You need to kill the clock as much as you can so you can win the game and have the edge. Just like in basketball last night, they should not be shooting threes up by 29 points just because they had the hot hand in the first half. They should be getting the ball in the paint, ball rotation. You got a 24-second shot clock. Shoot the ball when it's 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock instead of chucking it every time you go down the court. That's what happened with the Spurs last night. The Spurs, they got trigger happy. They were just firing left and right. They weren't even getting the best shot and the most higher percentage shot in the game. And that's why they lost. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. Give me thumbs up if you are a Knicks fan. Give me thumbs up if you actually watched the game and you liked what you saw in the game. Because I can tell you, I definitely did like I liked what I saw. And, it is what it is when it comes to the Knicks. It is what it is when it comes to the Spurs. The Knicks have an edge. Let's see if they can finish it out. Let's see if they can finish it out and it'd be a 4-2 series or a 4-1 series, and then take that championship back home to New York or be there in New York so everybody can burn up the streets. Shadow, what's up? Shadow, you and your girlfriend had your first kiss 2 days ago? Me and my girlfriend, let me read this real quick. Me and my girlfriend have our first kiss 2 days ago. So did you have your first kiss on the Jumbotron where you was at the game? Did you go to the Knicks game? Because you having your first kiss, I mean, good for you. I don't know how old you are, but you having your first kiss. Man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Anyways, yeah, the Knicks, they balled out, man. Jalen Brunson, the dude could not be stopped. And Jalen Brunson's a finesse player. He's not the type of player that's like Russell Westbrook. Like Russell Westbrook, the dude's a finesse player, but he's got speed and he can get in between players and things like that. Russell Westbrook in his prime, he was the triple double dude besides Nikola Jokic. He's the triple double dude. Russell Westbrook would get in there in between players. He'd dunk on them. It seemed like back then in the day, it didn't matter how big the person was. Russell Westbrook was going to dunk on him. So Victor Wembanyama, he might have dunked on Victor Wembanyama back when he was in his prime. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the Knicks game real quick. But we got some things that we need to dive into on this Turn Up Thursday. This Turn Up Thursday, it might be a series that I do where I jump on sometime after work or whatnot on a Turn Up Thursday. Post in the comment section. Let me know. Can you hear me okay? Am I echoing? I'm in my office and since I'm not connected to my microphone on my computer, sometimes it can be a little echoey. So please let me know if I am echoey, and I'll try to do my best to, I don't know, block out the noise. Hell, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. How's everybody's mental health doing? How's everybody doing mentally? I'm eager to know. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you're struggling. Life is not easy right now. Definitely life is tough, especially with everything that's been going on with inflation. And that's another thing that I want to talk about as well. So if I look away and you can barely hear me, I will be coming back to the camera here, but I do have my computer up here. So, let's see. When Biden left office, okay? When Joe Biden left office, inflation went down to when Biden left. I think it was like 2.8%. All right. So when Joe Biden left office, inflation went down to 3%. Okay. And this is coming from a pandemic. This is coming from when we had a pandemic. It was a global pandemic and inflation skyrocketed everywhere to where, inflation here in the United States was like 9%. The Biden administration, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and everybody under Joe Biden's administration got the inflation down to 3%. 3%. Joe Biden got the inflation down to 3%. And this is something that I want to talk about in regards to what takes place when a Democrat is in office in comparison to a Republican in office. Currently today, June 11th of 2026, inflation is up at 4.2%. And it's bound to go higher. It is bound to go higher. Donald Trump had an economy that was getting better. Inflation was going down. And when Donald Trump got in office now, inflation is at its highest level since 2023. Inflation is at 4.2%, which last month, in April, inflation was at 3.8%. And now in June, inflation has shot up to 4.2%. So 0.6 percentage increase in inflation. And this is across every metric. Utility bills, groceries, gas, your clothing apparel, electricity, all that kind of stuff. Well, utilities and electricity are the same. Housing, inflation has clicked up in every measure. And what did Donald Trump say? Oh, I love it. I love inflation. I love it. Honestly, it should be higher. It should be higher inflation. What Trump voter, what Donald Trump voter can sit there and still be supportive of a man who said that they think or the inflation should be higher? Donald Trump campaigned on lowering inflation. Matter of fact, I did a live about a month ago with the promises that Donald Trump campaigned on. I did a live. I'm gonna look on my computer and pull it up. But what supporter, besides a person in a coat, can honestly say that they are totally fine with Donald Trump saying that inflation is great right now and honestly it should have been higher? That particular individual is out their mind. That's the 30 something percent of individuals that still support Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump has not provided any campaign promises to the American people. To the American people. I'm gonna pull up the list. I'm telling you, man, like, this is by far the most corrupt administration. By far the most corrupt administration, worse than Richard Nixon. Okay, that's my honest opinion. And if you agree with me, give me thumbs up. If this is probably by far the worst administration, all the time they lie. They lie about the economy. They lie about inflation. They lie about jobs report. We're gonna talk about that too. They lie about we're the hottest country in the world. We're in the golden age. We're in the golden era. We're in the golden age, and we're the hottest country in the world. Who are they the hottest country in the world for? Like, who in the United States, the everyday citizen that gets up, put their pants on, and head to and from work, whether it's first shift, second shift, swing shift, third shift, can say we're the hottest country in the world? That is what they want to do, and that's where the issue is with the MAGA base. The MAGA base will ping pong back and forth with Donald Trump and his campaign promises to Donald Trump going back on it, tackling on the things that he campaigned and promised. That's why you have Trump and his entire administration is in the gutter with Democrats, independents, and now Republicans are starting to turn around as well. Republicans are starting to side against Donald Trump and Mike Johnson and J.D. Vance. But what average everyday citizen can say that we are the golden age? We're in the golden age. We're in the gilded age. That's a bunch of crock shit. And that's why, I'm going to keep it clean today. But if you catch me on my I'm Pissed Saturdays, that's when I really go in. I'll sit in my vehicle and I really go in on these MAGA nuts, and I go in on the Trump administration and all the terrible and felonious things that they've done to the American people. Donald Trump is a habitual liar. He's a narcissist. He is a person who, if he doesn't get paid for something, he doesn't give a damn. He is making money hand over fist. Donald Trump has made money hand over fist since he became president in 2025. Hand over fist. Donald Trump has made this is crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, like, this is some wild stuff here. Donald Trump has become $3 billion richer since being in office 2025. January 21st of 2025, Donald Trump started making billions and continues to make billions off of the dumbass MAGAs, and all the corruption that he's been doing since taking office. And I'm talking about the corruption with illegally attacking Venezuela and kidnapping Nicolas Maduro and his wife, to all the felonious things that he's done with the insider trading. We're going to do a ceasefire, and then the stock jumps up, and then him and Bibi Netanyahu attacks Iran again, and they're trading blows back and forth, and now the stock market crashes again. Donald Trump's market manipulation is wild, and him and his nepo babies are raking in the dough. They're raking in the money. hand over fist. Real talk, hand over fist. So Donald Trump not only has sent the Gestapo in American streets because he wants to be a wannabe dictator. He's also defacing the White House. He's defacing the reflecting pool. He's trying to put his name right next to JFK, and thank God that his name has to be removed from the JFK Center. This fascist POS is doing all this stuff, and people that continue to support him and still support him fail to realize that it's our tax dollars that he's doing it with. He is ripping our tax dollars away. It cost $4 million for Donald Trump to go to the game on Monday. $4 million for him to go to the game on Monday, and guess who paid for it? The American taxpayers. And I think it was actually more than that. I think my boy Stinkster Reborn, I can't even say it right now. Stinkster Reborn has said something about how much money that it cost the American taxpayer for Donald Trump to try to shut down New York just so his fat ass can fall asleep in the press box with James Dolan. James Dolan is a piece of shit for allowing a pedophile to sit right next to him. I don't give a damn if he's the president or not. I don't care. Release the Epstein files. That's what I say. James Dolan should have been talking to Donald Trump about, hey man, what's going on with these Epstein files? How come the millionaires and billionaires haven't been held accountable? That the 3 million documents and everything, how come they haven't been held accountable? No. Here's what the thing is when it comes to these millionaires and billionaires, these owners of companies. They are part of the Epstein class. They don't care that women be violated. They don't care that children be violated by older white men. They don't care. They don't mind for it to happen. And that pisses me off. That pisses me off because I have children in my house. I have friends that have children. And when I look at them, I'm like, look at this precious baby. Why would any sick person hurt this precious baby? No, I guess James Dolan and Joe Rogan's bitch ass, I guess they don't mind. They don't care. They don't care because they have money, right? Their money protects them. But I'll tell you this. There will be a reckoning. Real talk. There will be a reckoning. Sybil Vane, hey, what's up? What's going on? There will be a reckoning when it comes to these Epstein files. And I hope that when a Democrat gets in office, they weaponize the government to go after Pam Bondi, to go after Todd Blanche. I want them to go after every single person. And I don't care if it's a Democrat, which there's not very many Democrats that you heard about in the Epstein files. You hear about the millionaires and billionaires, but I want them to go after everybody. Let me ask you this question, guys. Where is Dan Bongino? Dan Bongino quit. He quit as the deputy or whatever to the FBI, second in command to the FBI. Dan Bongino quit. It wasn't even we're not even in the 2 years. And Pam Bondi got fired. She needs to be investigated, locked up. Nuremberg trials. Kristi Noem, she got canned. There was another woman that got canned for, stealing money. Pete Hegseth should be canned too. All of this administration should be canned. The Epstein class, the billionaire Epstein class, and anybody that throws their hat in and supports Donald Trump, still, after everything that Donald Trump and them campaigned on, we're going to release the Epstein files. Pam Bondi saying that it's on her desk. Dan Bongino and Kash Patel lying on national TV saying that if they knew that these victims were violated and they knew the names, they would already arrest people. A liar can only lie so much, right? And that's why Dan Bongino left. Dan Bongino left, and he went back to his like YouTube channel, and the last I heard is that he's not doing good on his YouTube channel because you even got people that's challenging him in regards to the Epstein cover up and Donald Trump cover up. So he's catching heat everywhere, just like these MAGA nuts should be catching heat as well. I say this time and time again. I say this time and time again, and give me a thumbs up if you agree with me on this. Time and time again, when I see a MAGA hat or I see a person that wears Trump 2024, or they have their vehicle with stickers on it that says Trump or Donald Trump or JD Vance, any of these individuals that I see currently, any of them, I say in my mind, because sometimes I want to just talk some shit to them, but I'm with my family, so I got to keep it cordial. I'm with my family, so I don't want to, I don't want to cause a scene for one, but my wife, my children, my child is with me. My oldest son, he's on his own. I don't want to say anything, but I think in the back of my mind, boy, what an idiot. What a pedophile protector. What a POS. I hate that person. I despise that person. I don't like that person whatsoever. And if I was by myself, I would ask him, are we great yet? That's what I would ask a person that I see with the MAGA hat. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I live in Florida. There's not very many MAGA hats around here. I'm honest. If you live in Florida, let me know if you live in Florida. If you live in Florida, let me know where, you don't have to tell me, you can tell me the city, because Florida's big, by the way. But I want to tell a MAGA person, I want to ask them if they have a hat on, because I don't see them. We don't see them at all. Like literally, it is like rarely are we seeing MAGA hats. I don't see any MAGA flags in the neighborhoods when I'm driving and doing things. My wife and I, we don't see that. We don't. But I want to go up to these people and say, pedophile protector, are we great yet? Ask them, are we great yet? You know what I'm saying? Like ask them, how are we doing on gas prices? Didn't you ask for no new wars? Isn't that what Donald Trump campaigned on? That's what I want to do. Now, I'll tell you this, though. A couple weeks ago, we had family in town, and of course, we're around surrounding water, right? So we had family in town, and we went to the beach one of the days. It was a beautiful day. I actually got a tan. Black people tan too now, okay? We do tan, people. If you are black, you know that you tan as well. I actually had some peeling in my shoulder. Can you see that? There's some peeling in my shoulder from being at the beach, right? So we were at the beach, and of course, you always got a dickhead, and it's always a man too. It's always a male. You got this dickhead. He's driving his truck, and he's got two flags. He's got two flags on, put on his truck. The American flag and a Trump 2028 flag. And he has his windows rolled down. And my nephew and I was tossing the football, and I see the truck go past, and I yell, boo! Are we great yet? And then I said, pedophile protector? Of course he wasn't going to stop and, talk some stuff. He just kept driving way on down to the beach area, the beach shore. He was driving way on down to the beach shore, and you can hear people that was there because we can drive up on the sand where we're at. It's a private beach or whatever. And you can hear other people down saying boo. I'm talking white people saying boo. I'm talking black people saying boo, while this truck is just driving down all the way down off to the end of the shore of the beach. Because the American people know that are breaking from the code, that never been in the code. The American people know that these individuals don't have any morals. They're pedophile protectors. They don't care about women being raped. They don't care about children being raped. They don't care about women being violated. They don't care about the economy. They don't care that gas prices shot up to $2 more than what they used to be before Trump started to do this illegal war back in February. They don't care about any of that stuff. And we, as people here in America, need to continue to let it be known. I ain't gonna keep talking about this, I'm going to keep expressing my feelings on this. This is my First Amendment right to do so. Hypocrisy in the MAGA code is so astonishing. It is so astonishing how hypocritical these MAGA people are. They asked for the Epstein files. Epstein files come out heavily redacted. Epstein files come out with Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey saying that Donald Trump's name's in the Epstein files. Now they're like, I'm talking about the MAGA code now. We don't want to hear about the Epstein files anymore. Donald Trump said that he wasn't on Epstein's island. Melania Trump said that she had no relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Come to find out, Melania was probably a call girl for Jeffrey Epstein. Come to find out, Donald Trump has been on Epstein's island many a times. Come to find out, excuse me. Come to find out, Donald Trump had a serious relationship with Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, even a blind person can see that this administration will do anything they can to cover up for Donald Trump, knowing that Donald Trump was in the Epstein files, is in the Epstein files, was on Epstein's island, was in the airplane Lolita Express, had affiliation and relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. They would do anything to protect him as a pedophile because they have access to power. Lindsey Graham, Pudding Pop Graham, Pom Pom Graham, South Carolina. I don't know what y'all be thinking there in South Carolina, but Lindsey Graham, he probably got a thong on. Lindsey Graham is a sucky ass piece of shit. Lindsey Graham is a punk. Lindsey Graham don't mind for our children to go fight in a war, and his ass ain't never touched no sand in foreign territory with an AR-15 or an M16. To hell with Lindsey Graham. To hell with Ted Gobbleneck Cruz talking about James Tallarico and James Tallarico's manliness. Ted Cruz, listen, if any of you guys are from Texas, okay, hear me out. All my Texans here. Ted Gobbleneck Cruz is the weakest piece of shit. He's the weakest man. There's many weak men from the Republican Party. Let me just not say he's the weakest man that I've known. There are many weak men from the Republican Party. Ted Gobbleneck Cruz that got called out by the racist Tucker Carlson about Israel, and Ted Cruz could not defend himself whatsoever. Ted Gobbleneck Cruz that allowed for Donald Trump to talk crap about his wife, talk about how ugly his wife is, and then he's down there on the phone calling and campaigning for Donald Trump. What kind of man does that? What kind of man allows for another man on national television call your wife out, and now all you're doing is cleaning up his ball sack, shining his shoes? Donald Trump, can I shine your shoes? Donald Trump, the greatest president of my lifetime that I've known. Donald Trump called Ted Cruz's father a terrorist or something like that. No. Donald Trump said that Ted Cruz's father assassinated John F. Kennedy. You want to talk about a beta? You want to talk about a beta male? Ted Cruz is one of those beta males. We can go through a list of beta males from the Republican Party. Here's the list. Give me some names in the chat as well. Give me some names of beta males from the Republican Party side. I'm going to give you, let's see how many males I'm going to give you, because I got quite a few on my mind. So Ted Cruz is a beta male. Marco Rubio is a beta male. Pete Kegsbreath, the war criminal, is a beta male. Let me keep going. Clarence, the tap dancing Sambo, Uncle Ruckus, is a beta male. John Roberts, Brett Kavanaugh, Samuel Alito are beta males. Let me keep going. Josh Hawley, the one that was running out of the Capitol doors and then throwing his fist up like he did something, is a beta male. from the January 6th insurrectionists. Let's keep going. Mitch McConnell is a beta male. Um, um, John Kennedy is a beta male. Tommy, I'm the most military man there is. That ain't never served in the military is a beta male. Let's go on to some of these right-wing pundits that are beta males. And then I want you to post in the comment section as well who you think is a beta male from the Republican side, because they have a lot of them. There are a lot of beta males from the Republican side. I will call them the B word, but like I said, I'm in the house right now. Catch me on a Saturday when I'm really going in. That's when the F-bombs and everything else like Kyle Kalinske be doing. Throwing them out there, baby. Throwing them out there. So let me go on to some of the right-wing talking heads that are beta males. Of course, we got to throw Benny Johnson in there. Beta male. We got to throw in, who else? Brandon Tatum. Uncle Ruckus #2. Tap dancing piece of shit raccoon. Beta male. Let's keep going here. The Cartier family, beta males. Nick Fuentes, beta male. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Tim Pool, beta male. Let's keep going here. Who else is a beta male? Dag, man, there's so many. Oh, Chud the Builder, beta male. I know he's not I know he's locked up, and may he stay locked up for a long time. May he get the FAFO that he so deserves in prison. May he be the one that's getting dragged in prison since he don't have that gun with him or bear mace with him. He's a bitch. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I used the word. I apologize. Let me refrain from getting really, my blood pressure's raising. I'm a calm down because this is not Saturday. I can't do it on this day here. Chud the Builder, Jacob Lang. I heard that Jacob Lang got arrested, y'all. I heard that Jacob Lang got arrested, and I think he has a $1 million bond for I forgot what it was, terroristic threatening or some shit like that. Beta male. All these dudes are beta males, and that's why you, ladies, if there's any women on here, any women, I don't, hey, what turns you guys off when it comes to a male? Post in the comment section, what do you not like for man to do? Because these dudes here are straight beta males. Let me know in the comment section what is unattractive to you when it comes to a man. And I'll say this: these white supremacy, these fascist ass want women to be in the kitchen and making babies. These assholes. Impatience, yeah, impatience, straight up. Impatience is one. I'll ask this one. Controlling. Women, ladies, do you guys want somebody that's controlling? Like Myron Gaines? Myron Gaines is a bitch. Excuse me. Oh, there. That's number 2. That's number 2. Excuse me. Myron Gaines is another beta male. Myron Gaines is a piece of shit. Sneeko, beta male. Controlling is one thing. A person who isn't trustworthy. So like a liar. That's another one. Being a liar. A whiner. Is that a turn off, ladies? Like, is a person whining a turn off? Here's another thing. A man that doesn't know how to stand up for himself. Is that a turn off? Like a punk? Somebody who, some dude say something to you and your guy don't check him, like, saying, hey man, go on about your business. Is that a turn off as well? I'm gonna tell you something else. Racism is a turn off. There's nothing worse, and there's nothing worse for you to be in a relationship with somebody and they are just overtly racism to other people. At least I would hope that'd be a turn off. I hope that would be a turn off. Is racism a turn off for y'all? Because obviously these racist ass white dudes complain that life isn't fair and that women aren't making babies like they're supposed to. And they get mad for women, especially white women. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick too. Especially white women. They are so upset that white women date outside of their race. They don't want that. That's the hatred that they have for other people. Where me personally, if that person treats you right, you love who you should love. You love whoever you want to love. I don't have a problem with dating outside of the race, interracial dating. I don't have a problem with that. But there is a group of white men who complain and bitch and moan about white women dating black man, Indian man, whatever, Hispanics. I'm gonna tell you something. Women come to black men. They get it. They are attracted to black men because black men love differently. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it honest and real with you because that's what I do here. I've dated white women. I've dated even women from Guam. I've dated Asian women. I've dated Hispanic women. I've dated all shades of colors, right? One thing that some of the white girlfriends that I used to date and everything, they only date black dudes. And I'm like, hey, why do you only date black dudes? And it's not what's between their legs, okay? That's not the thing. I want people to understand that just because a person has a nice size unit isn't the reason why other women in other races date black men. Because these white men are so fixed on the black man because they are super, I don't know what it is about them. It's a confidence issue. But the girls that I've dated, and I say, why don't you always date black dudes for? Why do you date black men, or why do you date outside of your race? And they say, it's because white dudes try to be controlling. They're boring. They don't know how to have fun. They don't trust. The white dudes always want to know where they're going. They're not good in bed. I said I wasn't gonna talk about that, but yeah. They say they're not good in bed. They say that they want to use they're boring people. That's what they say. That's why women come to us black men like that. I've been a black man for 44 years of my life, and I've been hit on from cougars to I've been hit on from super cougars. I'm talking about older women that are white. I've been hit on from, not now. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that because I'm married, man. I have my ring on. I wear this proudly. I never take it off, guys. I got a tan here. Look, you see that tan? But the women that I've dated, or women, they love black men because black men treat them differently. They show them love and compassion. It depends on what kind of black dude you get, though. You know what I'm saying? We built differently. We get kissed from the sun, and then we show our physiques, our muscles, and things like that. But we also have a different respect when it comes to it. We respect our women, and like I said, not every black man respects their women, because everybody, when it comes to relationship, you have some that you find a-holes, okay? You find those a-holes who don't know how to respect a woman. And that's because when they were growing up, they didn't get a good representation on how to respect and love women. That's what it is. But there was a difference. Like, black men love differently. And I'm going to just keep it real with you on that. I had a friend back in high school. He would talk to his mother crazy. White dude. He was white dude. He would talk to women. He would talk to his mother crazy. And it was like he would cuss his mother out. Never once did I ever think about cussing my mother out. I've never cursed my mother out. The one time that I got loud with her, she slapped me in front of my friends and told me not to ever talk to her like that. This dude, he was cursing his mom out. He was talking back to her. And I'm like, my goodness. If he talks to his mother this way, then I'm pretty sure he's going to talk to his woman this way. And lo and behold, he did. He got married. He's divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got married. A couple years down the road, he gets divorced. And I know black people, black men can talk to their women crazy, but like I said, we treat our women differently, you know, and we can dance, and we can sing, and when we hit that water hits our body and it hits the muscles and the six packs and everything or whatever, hits them guns, them lady go crazy. They go crazy. But I'm going to get off of that though. But yeah, the reason why birth rates are down and that these racists talk about it is because they're unattractive. They're unattractive people. They can't stand for a woman to love freely without complaining. Simple vein, you gave up. Oh, well, I mean, hey, sometimes it's good to be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be in a relationship if you've had heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak, and it's nothing but some man that lied to you and pump you up like they're gonna be the best for you and everything, and then next they're the worst for you because they don't know how to take care of you or they lie and everything else. But yeah, these racist dudes like the Patriot Front and all these racist people on their podcast or on their channels and stuff, these dudes are happy. No, excuse me, let me rephrase that. They are not happy. These dudes have black people on the brain 24/7 because they fear us because they ain't us. You ever heard of that saying? They hate us because they ain't us? That I was listening to my boy Afro Think Tank today, and racists have such a hate for black and brown people, for black Americans, for Latinos. They have so much hate for us is because they want to be like us to a certain aspect. They don't want to have the skin color, but we are cool people to be around. We women. We go and we dance and we can salsa and all that. We can do all that good stuff that they can't do. White boys ain't got no rhythm. You find a white boy that's got some rhythm, he's probably been around the hood. He's probably been around some black folk that showed him how to have that rhythm. These racists are so afraid of black people and black success because they hate it. And it's because their women come to us. Their women, it's that whole lustful thing when it came back to the slavery time frame 400 plus years ago, where the women who would have a little bit of action with some of those slaves, it was that lust that they had for the black man. Just like the white man had the lust for the black woman. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? That's what it is. They are afraid. And they're going to continue to be afraid of people of color, of black Americans, of black people. The reason being is because their women want us. Their women are attracted to us and they cannot stand it. Their birth rates are down because they are boring. White men's birth rates are down. It's not the women. Trust me, it's not the women. White men's birth rates are down because they are punks and they are racist and they don't know how to understand that we live in a society that is a melting pot. We are a big melting pot here, and they want to control women. They want to control what the woman does. They think that the woman needs to be in the kitchen. They think that the woman needs to keep their mouth closed. They think that the woman don't need to make any money. That's why you have Donald Trump attacking black people, attacking people of color, and attacking women because they want women beneath them. Like I said over and over in my live videos and on my channel, my wife and I are equals. My wife and I work together. I am not a jealous person. If my wife wants to go out to go out and hang out with her ladies and she's going out to like a bar or something or whatever she's doing, go have fun, sweetheart. I don't tell my wife what to wear. She'll ask me, hey, does this look good? Yes, it looks good. Or change, you might want to change your shirt or whatnot. Not to cover anything up. But, your shirt doesn't match with the pants that you're wearing. or your shoes. I don't have a problem with what my wife does when it comes to how she wears her hair. I don't have a problem with what my wife does if she wants to put on makeup or not. The problem is what you get with these handmaid's tale talking heads, piece of crap dudes, is they're trying to control a woman, and that's unattractive. A woman don't want a man to control her unless, I mean, the only time they do is whenever the man has the money. If he's got the paper, then of course they might like that. They might like for a man to control them if they got the money. If they don't have the money, then the woman ain't gonna be sitting there listening to, hey, how come there ain't no food on the table? How come you ain't cooked? How come you ain't clean? My wife and I do that together. We work together when it comes to it. And if you have, or if you're in a relationship, or you look for a person who you want to be looked at as your equal, give me some thumbs up. Give me some thumbs up if you want an equal partnership when it comes to a relationship. Because that's what matters when it comes to a relationship specifically. I myself personally, I've had to learn how to be a better man in my relationships. I had to learn that. That's a learning experience, especially when when you go to college and you are playing football and things like that. You have this kind of cockiness to you where your stuff don't stink. When I got out of school, I had to grow, because that's what it's about. It's about growing. But you have a lot of these right-wing talking racist heads that don't know how to grow. Like a Myron Gaines, who kowtows to white supremacy and who wants to down and talk bad about the black community and black people, knowing that he's a brown person as well. Or a Nick Fuentes, knowing that he's half Mexican. You get these individuals that get on there talking bad about the black community when even the white supremacists don't want them in the community with them. How ironic, right? These are the type of clowns that they will never be accepted within the black community, or even try to go to the black community, because their hate for their own color of their skin is so bad. We don't want them. We throw them out to the wolves. We would throw Myron Gaines. We would throw Andrew Tate. We would throw Brandon Tatum. We'll throw all them cats out to the wolves. Sneeko, every single one of them to the wolves. Cartier family to the wolves. Anybody that jumps and tap dances for white supremacy, like Candace Owens did so hard back in, when Joe Biden was in office, she tap danced so hard against the Biden administration and for Donald Trump and his team of racists. Now that she's starting to wake up and realize that Donald Trump and this administration is racist, and that there is definitely racism in America, you think that anybody needs to accept her back from the black community? I don't care how hard Candace Owens goes in on Donald Trump. I don't care about the MAGA feud. Candace Owens will never be accepted from me. I will never accept Candace Owens or any person that got people to vote for Donald Trump. I will never accept them. Here we are at 4.2% inflation, and Donald Trump has only been in office for 18 freaking months. 18 months. 4.2% inflation because of this war that Donald Trump started. I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to accept that my brothers and sisters, black men and women, have been losing their jobs left and right, and it's hard for them to find a job. I cannot accept that Donald Trump, what he did to farmers, even though farmers don't give a damn about black and brown people and the people that graze their crops, they overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. And now they're crying for bailouts of our tax money. 4.2% inflation went up. So inflation has increased since Donald Trump got in office 1.2%. Inflation has increased 1.2% since Donald Trump got in office. And you think I'm supposed to accept that? You think that I'm going to accept a Candace Owens that allowed for this to happen because of how she campaigned for Donald Trump and endorsed Donald Trump? Or a Kanye West? Or a Lil Wayne? Or you got Snoop Dogg and you got Rick Ross and you got Soulja Boy and Nelly doing the inauguration ball or whatever, rapping and singing for them. I'm not gonna accept that, and I will never, never, ever waste my time or my black dollars on any of these individuals. Just like the dude Rick Chow, who killed Cyrus Benton or Belton. Rick Chow gets off, and the black community has a right to be upset. And then you got Chinese and Asian people getting on the screen talking stuff about the black community. Don't need to do this, that, and the other. Don't need to buy China products. Don't need to buy Jordans. Don't need to buy the iPhone. And I heard the dude deleted his account. Like, he got rid of that stuff. They target us like we don't need to spend our dollars there. We don't. Just like Target, right? They target us. We don't spend our money there. We find the black businesses to spend our money at. And now I hear that in Chicago, you had some Asian dude that burning a cross. He's at large right now. They're looking for him. Let me tell the Asian community this. Let me tell the Asian community this, guys. And like I said, give me some thumbs up. You know, support the channel, become a channel member. Asian community. It was white supremacy that got people to attack the Chinese community in the United States whenever COVID took place. Whenever COVID took place, Donald Trump said China virus. China. This was all by Wuhan, China. Donald Trump said that got people, racist individuals, to attack the Chinese community. That wasn't Barack Obama that said China virus, China. Getting everything, got China assets coming here, Chinese operatives. That's what Donald Trump said. And what took place is that violence ticked up because people were attacking the Asian community. White supremacists were attacking the Asian community. And who was it that put a protection saying Asian hate crime? It was a Democrat. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris proposed an Asian hate crime bill. I'm still waiting on the black hate crime bill. I'm still waiting on the crime bill that protects the black community from the crazy shit that happens to us with white supremacy. Because Chud the Builder, thank God he's locked up, but Rick Chow should have been locked up too. And Carmelo Anthony should not have been convicted for 35 years for defending himself in self-defense. Carmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old black male who killed a white boy because the white boy was trying to attack him, allegedly, right? And he was defending himself against somebody that was bigger than him, 65 pounds heavier than him. Same situation happens, but it was reversed, right? In Texas. A white boy stabs and kills a black boy, same age in high school, stabs and kills a black boy, and I think he got lesser time or got off because it was self-defense. They let him go free. Listen, time and time again, black men and women are treated as lesser than in this injustice penal system, is injustice judicial system. Let me say that right. Injustice judicial system. We are treated differently, subhuman. It pisses me off. And I'm not going to talk much about this, but Carmelo Anthony, his parents should not have to see their child go to prison for 35 plus years. 35 years, excuse me, for defending himself. And this was a trial that shouldn't have actually taken place with a jury of white people sitting there. It should have been a jury amongst his peers. The people that were sitting there in the juror were probably biased already. That's why the verdict came back so fast. The verdict came back so fast with Carmelo Anthony. It took him 3 hours to come up with a verdict. 3 freaking hours to come up with a verdict. It should have taken longer than that. If you have a panel of 10 people, let's say, you have a panel of 10 people, it usually takes 1 or 2 people to say name. And they have to go in over again and try to make a decision again. 3 freaking hours to convict a 17-year-old who was defending himself. He brought a knife to school. He brought a knife at a track event. Okay. Apparently, he brought a knife because maybe he might have had a knife in his pocket just for safety or whatever. But a freaking knife? And yeah, he pulled it out and he stabbed the white boy. Forgot his name. Sorry, it just went past me here. And now he's got to serve 35 years. 35 years in prison. And supposedly Carmelo Anthony, he likes to I forgot what it was. He likes to do something with the knife, carving or, like Boy Scout type of stuff. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is a turn up Thursday, and I'm turning down for real. I'm turning down, man. Yeah, like I was saying, the justice system is not for Black Americans, and Black history shows that. I was communicating back and forth with one of my mutuals on YouTube, and I had, we were talking about the prison system and how the prison system treat these prisoners like slaves. And, they have to go, of course, do the cleanup work on the highways and things like that. And I have put some information in regards to how Black Americans, freed slaves, were treated in the prison system, where you have kids being convicted of petty crimes that they never committed and getting years in the penal system. How do you think how these railroads were built out here? These railroads, you had the chain gang, you had these railroads that were built, homes were being built, buildings were being built from Black slaves. You go look at the movie Life. Life will give you a prime example on how the Black males in the prison system back in the slavery time frame, and even when we were freed back then, were being snatched up from their households and being convicted of petty crimes and being sentenced to decades in jail to work the chain gang and work the railroads and pave the roads and things like that with the gravel, because back then, it was dirt. So they figured out how they can crush up rocks. That's why you had the man with the hammers hammering rocks to make gravel for the roads. My ancestors were doing that. Black men, they wanted to separate the Black communities. They separated the boys from their fathers and mothers. They separated the fathers from their wives. And they lock them up. If they weren't locking my ancestors up, they were trying to hang them in trees or sick bloodhound dogs on them. The prison system has always been, matter of fact, ancestors built the prisons. And now what they do is they convict 17-year-olds as an adult when the 17-year-old was trying to defend himself. When you're 17, you're not thinking, but if you're afraid, you're going to do irrational things. Now, I understand that a life is precious and no life should be taken, but this juror didn't give this young man a chance. These jurors of white individuals in Texas didn't give Carmelo Anthony a chance to redeem himself. The young man sitting there crying, knowing that he was not trying to do this purposely. Carmelo Anthony sitting there bawling his eyes out. A total difference between Carmelo Anthony and Kyle Rittenhouse, who purposely went to Kenosha, Wisconsin, my home state, where I was born, purposely went to across state lines. His mama drove him there with an AR-15, and he gets off. Wasn't that Kyle Rittenhouse? They was like, hey, listen, just, you're white, boy, you're white, okay? Just try to squeeze out one tear, and you're gonna get off. You're gonna get off. You squeeze out that one tear, and you're gonna be okay, okay? Because you're white. You're a white boy. Yes, if you have a problem with me throwing race in it, you can get off the channel, because I, as a black man, I had to tell my sons, my boys, that when they see a police officer or they get pulled over and the police officer asks them questions, they be polite, yes sir, no sir, like they're supposed to, right? But they don't make any fast movements. They don't make any fast movements. If the police officer tells my boys to keep their hands on the steering wheel, they keep their hands on the steering wheel. That's what a black father has to do with their son. If I got to tell my son, listen, when the officer say, keep your hands on the steering wheel, and then he asks you a question on getting your license and registration, you have to, as a black person, literally tell the officer, okay, officer, I'm going to take my right hand off of the steering wheel. I'm going to reach in my glove compartment because that's where my license is. That's what we have to do as black people. It makes you want to cry as a black man to see how terrible we are treated here as black people. We are treated here so unfair, and we've not done anything to anyone besides try to exist in a world that hates us. To anyone, we try to exist in a world that don't know how to leave us alone. Just think about the Tulsa massacre, or what happened in Florida, Rosewood, Florida, Black Wall Street. We try to survive and thrive, leaving people alone, and what happens to us? People don't like that we're enjoying ourselves. We are having fun. We're making money for our communities. They want to come and break it up, and it's always the white supremacists that want to do that. It's always the white supremacists, just like those people in Texas, of that jury of white people to make a verdict on a young black man who mistakenly killed a white boy. And they give him 35 years. I have to tell my son, my oldest son, he's going to be 23. I have to tell him, please take care and pay attention to your surroundings and the circle you keep. Please make sure that you are driving responsibly. If you're going out to drink, you're drinking responsibly, because you never know when there's something that can happen to you. Let me read some comments here. What's up, Shadow Pop? Yeah, it was definitely a kangaroo court. Yeah. Sybil, yeah. It's a sad thing. Exactly. So my ancestors were treated horribly, even when they became sharecroppers. You got to look at the black history. Look at the history of whenever the emancipation took place, when slavery was still in place in southern states, especially Texas. That's where Juneteenth came from. Juneteenth came from Texas, in regards to Texas not giving the word out to the slaves that they were freed. and that the North won. So they remained slaves. I don't know. I think it was decades that they remained slaves. But that's where we get Juneteenth from, is originally from Texas, because of the true meaning of being free is when everybody's free. Listen, hang tight for me. Hang tight with me for a moment. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm sorry. Too much information, but hang tight, because I do want to talk a little bit more about a couple things that's taking place and that's going on here. So please just give me a moment. Give me like a minute or two. I got to wash my hands because I like to keep my hands clean. But I'll be right back, okay? Hang tight. All right. Thank you. Thank you for hanging tight with me there. Like I said, I keep you. I had to use the bathroom. Listen, I I'm an older guy, so blood pressure medicine be kicking in. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, so I had to go. I know that's too much information, but can you hear me? Okay, John Thomas, what's up? What's going on? Um, so as I was talking about, black people are, for some reason, we are always the target to things. Black people cannot enjoy themselves. Like I said about the Tulsa massacre, like I said about the Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying? Like I said about Rosewood. Well, there was a man uh, named Tyler Lee Kinzer, and this is in Lee County. This happened this past Sunday. This past Sunday, this particular man, this racist a-hole from Leesburg County, or whatever, Leesburg, in Georgia, by the way, in Georgia. Um, this racist man decided that he wanted to chastise a black family who was having a family reunion, or just like a party at their house, minding their own business. Well, if you didn't hear this story, you need to look it up. This man suited up after chastising them, calling people N words, okay? He was calling his black party group N words. They didn't attack him. They didn't attack him. They told him mind his business, go about his own business. Maybe gave him the F word and flipped him the bird or whatever. He called him the N word and he leaves. This dude comes back with an AR-15. This dude comes back with an AR-15, flank jacket, suited up like he's ready for war, and started unloading at these family members, these black family members, this white man, this past Sunday, unloading at these black family members his AR-15. He missed them, thank God. Hopefully nobody was hurt. Now, in this particular situation, there was a person at the party, a black man, former Marine, who had his own tool. And the dude that aired out at them, this Kinzer guy, he didn't hit. Thank God he didn't. God was with them. You know what I'm saying? God was with them. He did not hit any shot at these individuals. I'm talking from children on to the elders. He did not touch them, not with one bullet. Thank God, God was surrounding his family from this hatred demon. This Tyler Lee Kinzer guy got in his vehicle and the Marine, he and this Marine were exchanging shots to each other. You know who? The Marine neutralized Tyler Lee Kinzer. He neutralized him. And there's this thing, there's this girl, I forgot her name. She's a racist. I can't stand her. She's a piece of crap. And she has a mixed baby, by the way. White girl. She says that, black people don't know how to shoot. Black people this, black people that. She dressed up in blackface. She got demonetized on YouTube. I forgot her name. If anybody knows her name, post it in the comment section. But she was saying something about, ends don't know how to shoot. They shoot like this and that and all this kind of stuff. They don't know how to hit a shot. Well, I have two white supremacists that I can tell you that don't know how to shoot. Tyler Lee Kinzer, who missed the shot firing at black people, and the black man, the former Marine, neutralized him. And Chud the Builder, who shot himself. So you got two white supremacists that shot themselves instead of hitting their target and taking their target down. Thank God that the brother that was defending himself against Chud the Dud, I'm going to call him Chud the Dud because he's a punk. Thank God that he didn't lose his life after mollywhopping Chud the Dud. Thank God he didn't. But this former Marine neutralized Tyler Lee Kinzer, the dude with the AR-15. I'm going to tell you guys something. Black people, we know how to defend ourselves. And black people, give me thumbs up on this, have every right to learn and train the same way as these white supremacists do. These white supremacists fail to realize that we have, when it comes to being able to be a 2A carrier, we learn how to go to the range too. We know how to go to the range. We know how to protect ourselves. I don't know why people who hate black people, I don't know why they think that we don't know how to learn stuff. I don't know why they think that we are that inferior to them, like we won't know how to learn how to shoot a gun. I know how to use mine. My wife knows how to use hers. I'm a pretty damn good target at a long distance. 40 yards, 55 yards. Hitting the target, center mast. My wife is a former Army veteran. She knows how to shoot. I don't get it. Like, tell me, guys, why is it that racists think that if they learn how to fight, we don't know how to fight? I don't get it. I don't get it, but thank God that this Marine knew how to shoot. And he neutralized the target. He suppressed the target until the authorities came and arrested this man. Now, I hope the book gets thrown at him, and I also hope that the hate crime gets thrown at him as well, because he's liable to go out there and do it again if he's set free. That Leesburg or Lee County was trying to get him on aggravated assault. The hell? He almost took people's lives, and you want to give him aggravated assault? Oh, no, buddy. No. Because if the roles were reversed, you know how quick Fox News would have got on TV talking about a black man using racial epithets to a white family at their white party? You know how quick Fox News would have got on the TV screen talking about how black people are violent? They're mute on this. They're not talking about this. Where is the CNN and ABCs and NBCs and Fox News, OAN? Where are they at talking about this hate crime that this white man just tried to commit? Yet they want to talk about, you remember Charlie Kirk was saying that, black people commit 50% of the crimes at 30% of the population. Wrong. You know who commits most of the crimes? All crimes? Right here in America. This is the group of people that commits the mass majority of the crimes, from the murders all the way down to the pedophilia. Right there. So that's debunking the whole thing. But yeah, definitely Fox News is not going to get out there Fox News ain't going to get out there and talk about Tyler Lee Kidzer, the propaganda network. Guys, listen to me. I need your help, please. Help me out here. Please. I'm pleading here on this one. Take 20 minutes of your time. I want you, if you can, after this live is over with or sometime this week, please go and check out the video that I just made about the billionaire class. About the billionaire class, because there's one particular person that has been in propaganda for a long time. Okay? Please check it out. I posted it earlier this week. I think it was last week, actually, or earlier this week. I don't know. My days are getting close together. But I did a piece about the billionaires and how these billionaires have helped to destroy America. Because as you well know, Fox News will not talk about any ill wills that's done to black and brown people. They won't do that. They only want to project that black people do the crimes instead of showing that it's the majority, the white man, that's committing these crimes and doing these crimes. Statistical studies show that the ones that are committing crimes at a massive rate, these mass shooters, are white males. Between the ages of 22 and 40 are white males committing mass shootings. The majority of mass shootings in America have taken place by white males. Yet, you don't see anything about that on Fox News. The mass majority of the pedophiles in America have been white males. And Tim Tebow called that out. If you're white and you get offended by this, I'm just keeping it honest with you. I'm keeping it a buck with you. If you don't like what you heard about it, I mean, I'm just telling you how it is. I lived in the hood. I lived 15 minutes outside of Chicago. I grew up around gangs. I grew up as my family were gangster disciples. We had beef with the vice lords and things like that. I grew up in that type of hostile environment. But there weren't murders happening all the time. There weren't, cases of these massive amounts of crimes happening and taking place. But you know where the majority of the crimes are coming from? The majority of crimes are coming from the majority demographic. They don't want to talk about that because, white supremacy protects white supremacy, and the white power movement protects white crimes. I'm going to say it again. White supremacy and the white power movement protects white crimes. And what I mean by that is, what do we have with this Epstein situation? With the Epstein class. That's the white power part right there. The white power part is the Epstein class being protected for their pedophilia with women who were young and vulnerable. That's you don't hear about a class of black, rich, powerful people besides Diddy. Besides Diddy, he's one, but he had the capital. That's that rich money right there that they feel like they're invincible and that they won't get caught for the stuff that they do. Or R. Kelly too. But the billionaire class that are not locked up, because guess what? Diddy and R. Kelly are locked up, right? But why is it that the Epstein class aren't locked up? Oh, United Kingdom just reprimands whatever his name is, Anthony. They reprimand him. I think they locked him up. I don't know. But you have all these other billionaires that are roaming around free. Oh, Jeffrey Epstein got locked up, but his right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, we don't know what's going on with her. She might be walking the streets as a different name. And Donald Trump, what did Donald Trump say? Oh, she was treated horribly. She's just treated so bad in the prison. She's in Texas now. Remember, she's in Texas. Oh, she's treated horribly. They're just treating her bad. But then Todd Blanche, who is the acting attorney general, had a meeting with her, a closed door meeting, and you know what he probably was like? Listen, just say that Donald Trump is clean. Say that he was a good man. He was good around women. He was nice and sweet and whoop whoop whoop. And we gonna get you where you gonna be around. You can be around college campus. You can have all the puppies you want. You can have all the puppies you want, and you can do whatever you want. You can go shop here, there, and the other, and we're gonna just let you walk free. I don't know what's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell, but I think she's a free woman. I think that, they might have slid her out the back door, whoop de whoop. That warden was like, oh yeah, go ahead and drop $1 million in my pocket, and we're gonna just go ahead and write this off. Pay off all the people that's working in this particular prison system here just to keep their mouths shut. The people that's working, not the ones that's slaving. And we're gonna let her go slide out. You know what I'm saying? She just got a curfew. That's some crap. That's some crazy crap. White power, white supremacy will protect white crimes. Plain and simple. That's why Fox News didn't even talk about this situation to take place that I know of. I haven't heard about Fox News talking about this Tyler Lee Kinzer dude. I just found out about this from watching my boy Antonio Speaks. And it's not getting talked about. Black people, listen guys. Black people need some allies. And right now, we don't know where the allies are going to be coming from. The Latino community, who is close to black than anything, the Latino community's turned their back on us. The Asian community has turned their back on us, which, where do they get the most money from? The Asian community gets their money from black people. The Latino community gets a collective from black people, Latino people. And they fail to realize that Donald Trump and this Trump administration doesn't give a damn about them. That's why they're locking them up and illegally deporting them and sending them to these concentration camps. Thank God Alligator Alcatraz is no longer here in Florida. But there are people missing here in the Everglades. There are Hispanic people who have lost their lives by being illegally detained. And the Latino community want to talk crap about the black community. The Latino community should stop and think about the African diaspora and how black people have always tried to protect and help other people of color. Black people are the reason why we had the Civil Rights Act. Black people are the reason why that we had the women's suffrage. Because it wasn't the white woman alone that was able to have their voices heard as feminists. It wasn't just the white woman that had their voices heard. It took the pain, the whips off the back of black men and women to get equality for everyone. The LGBTQ community, they are continuing to be targeted just like black people. But it was black people that have been standing up for every demographic, every group of people. The reason why free school lunches took place was not because of a white man deciding that free lunches is going to take place. It was because of the Black Panther movement. Fred Hampton basically got every school to start with free lunches. They were the representation. The Black Panther movement, look at your history now, was a representation on how the school system should be now when it comes to free lunch and education. The school system now is so affixed on money and control that they don't want to teach our kids. And that's why America's falling behind other first world countries when it comes to education. Because this particular administration especially doesn't want people to learn and be educated. And I'm going to be honest with that. That's why you see that the MAGA idiots are part of the idiocracy. They don't want them to be educated because when you don't teach and the people don't learn, then they can't resist. That's plain and simple. When the not smart class And when the not smart class is not learning how to say, you know what, wait a minute, that's not right. I was only supposed to be charged 10%, but you charged me 30, 40% of this dollar. I'm supposed to get money back. They don't want to learn that. And I'm using that as an analogy. They don't want to learn that. They're okay with Donald Trump lying and saying that there's going to be a ceasefire 13, 14 times. 30 something times. Donald Trump has said that there's going to be a ceasefire or talking about a deal with Iran. It's been what? Uh, 35 times? 35 times Donald Trump has talked about a ceasefire, and what's happened in those time frames? The market crashes, the market picks up, and somebody gets richer, and it's not us. But the MAGA crowd, they assume that there's going to be a ceasefire, and they hold on to that. Oh, Donald Trump is the man. He's the greatest. He's the greatest. 4D chess, baby. Donald Trump thinks about a ceasefire in his sleep and how he can manipulate and trick the American people as well as the world. Donald Trump just said it today. Him and Iran are closing in on a deal, which is a BS lie. I guarantee you the oil markets and the stock market may change when it comes to it, and then they're going to start bombing again. Donald Trump lies through his teeth that nobody can believe him. Nobody should believe him because he's an habitual liar. I don't understand how people voted for this man realizing that, thinking that he was great for the economy. Donald Trump has never been great for the economy. Look at his first term. The economy has gotten better under Democrats under control because Democrats have to fix stuff that Republicans break. I say it all the time. And I guarantee you this. Here, probably Saturday, because Donald Trump likes to do this Saturday when everybody's asleep for the most part. He's going to rain fire and bombs and everything else on what's supposed to be a ceasefire. He punked out. He said that he was going to go after Craig Island today and that, he was going to put boots on the ground at Craig Island, and now he backs off, and now he's talking about that there's going to be a ceasefire and that they're coming up with a deal. He shouldn't have ripped up the black man's deal from the last time with the JCPOA. There was a black man that had a deal in place, and that was a sweetheart deal when it came to it. Now Iran is like, you know what? We want more than a deal than what Obama and this country agreed with. Donald Trump is an idiot. He is bankrupting the United States. And if you think I'm lying, look at the inflation report that came out recently. Look at the inflation report that came out recently in regards to it being 4.2% now. From when Biden left, it was 3%. And everything has gone up magnificently. I won't even say magnificently. Surprisingly, it shot up so much under Donald Trump's watch. Now, can MAGA tell me this? Because I'm about to get ready to pull out some information here. And I want you guys to post in the comment section, hey, if you want to donate if you want to donate, I welcome any donations. It don't matter. If you have it and you want to give it, I thank you. Plain and simple. If you don't have it, don't give it, okay? Because I'm not taking anybody's money that need to, money's tight. You know what I'm saying? But if you are able to support the channel, I definitely appreciate it because I love all my subscribers and I love people that care about other people and not just themselves. But let me just go over this real quick. Let me just say this here real quick. Erica Kirk, before I get into this particular part, give me some thumbs up if you guys think that Turning Point USA is going to drop to the wayside. Turning Point USA is going to fall to the wayside. Erica Kirk got called out the other day. She was doing, I forgot what they were doing, Women of America or some crap like that. And Erica Kirk was up there talking, which Charlie Kirk, he's down there. Charlie Kirk is looking up at Erica Kirk's feet. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. But shout out to that woman that called Erica Kirk a pedophile protector while she's over there talking about God. I'm a Christian man. I have my flaws, okay? I like to curse. I like to have me a couple drinks every now and again. I'm a great husband. I'm a great role model for the kids. I'm gonna let you know that kids love me because I'm just a cool guy. I'm a cool OG, straight up. But this woman called Erica Kirk a pedophile protector, and I love it for her. Erica Kirk, just like the rest of them, are pedophile protectors. Okay, I love it absolutely. Let's keep it coming for those type of individuals. But Turning Point USA is on a free fall, and I hope that every right-wing pundit like Ben Shapiro, I hope that they continue to lose followers. I hope that they continue to lose viewers. I hope and pray that all of them crash and burn when it comes to their channels and how they're able to monetize off of misinformation and lies. I want them to. People, do not be confused that these individuals are any type of Christian people. And I know that I'm not supposed to judge, but I'm a realist first. Okay? I am a realist. I understand that there are wolves in sheep's clothing. But check this out here. Erica Kirk was called out as a pedophile protector. She's a PDF protector. And yes, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But let me read off this thing that Donald Trump campaigned on back in 2024, okay? I'm going to read this off, but like I said, hey, subscribe to the channel. Well, you already subscribed, guys. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Stay on the channel. Watch some videos. Hype the videos. Comment. There is I got another good video that's going to be coming out on one of the things that I talked about here. It's a very interesting and important thing for us to know in regards to the school system. Okay, I will be releasing that tomorrow. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm going to release that video. It's very, very interesting because it's still going on. Okay, but here's what Donald Trump campaigned on back during his campaign, his trail. His campaign trail. He said and promised that gas would be under $2. Right? That's what Donald Trump campaigned on. We're going to talk about this over and over again because this is what the MAGA nuts thought that was going to happen under Trump because he's a businessman, right? He's doing 4D chess with all these other people. Biden was the worst president ever. Biden is the reason why egg prices are so high and gas is so high. But now we need to start putting those I did that sign with Trump's face on it. Or he can say, Vladimir Putin helped me do this. Or he can say, Bibi Netanyahu helped me do this here with the pointing sign. So gas was supposed to be under $2. Trump keeps saying that once they get the Strait of Hormuz open, everything is going to just start dropping big time. I was watching Mr. Global, and Mr. Global said, because this is a man that is he's very knowledgeable about gas and oil prices and energy prices and things like that. Mr. Global said that he don't think that gas will ever go down to under $2 since Trump decided to attack Iran and kill 160 plus babies. 160 plus children died because of Pete Kegsbreth and Donald Trump. 160 plus black and brown children, excuse me. I can't say black because Iranians, they're of color. 160 plus children died because of Pete Kegsbreth and Donald Trump in February of 2026. Mr. Global said that he doesn't predict gas prices to ever go down to under $2 now that Donald Trump has done this. Since Donald Trump has done this, gas prices will not go down to under $2, but they could have went down to under $2 if Donald Trump did not impose a war with Iran on behalf of Israel, or It's Not Real. On behalf of It's Not Real, gas prices will not go under $2. Okay? Donald Trump said that he was going to lower grocery prices. The inflation on grocery prices shot up to like 20-something% because of Donald Trump. 20-something%. 50% decrease in car insurance. The last time I checked, my car insurance did not go down 50%. My car insurance went down $1 or two because I'm a safe driver. My wife's a safe driver. So that was a lie. Landlords will reduce rent. Landlords will reduce rent. My buddy just said that they renewed their contract and they had to pay $150 more for rent in their new contract. So Donald Trump lied to you, MAGA. Donald Trump lied to the American people. Home prices will go down. That's what Donald Trump said. Did you know that the feds may have to increase the Fed rate because of inflation, because of everything that's going on with Donald Trump and the Trump administration? Instead of the feds decreasing the rate, they have to increase the rate. And you know what that indicator and that marker is when they have to increase the rate? That a recession's coming. So more and more people are going to lose their jobs. Thanks to Donald Trump and the MAGA base and people that voted for Trump, the independents, the Latinos who said, well, the economy was so bad under Biden that we're going to just go with Donald Trump, who incited an insurrection, who sent a mob to attack police officers. We're going to go with Donald Trump, who did nothing but spend all of his time at the golf course while the Secret Service, Taco, what's up, my man, Taco? That's my buddy right there. Taco, New York, right? New York, Taco? What about them Knicks? Anyways, I'm ADHD, sorry. Donald Trump using the Secret Services while golfing on his golf court resorts and having the Secret Services pay for their room and board while he's out golfing at his golf courses. The Donald Trump that the Latino community voted for, but Donald Trump did say that he was deporting them all. That he was going to deport all the criminals. New Jersey, that's what's up. That's right. I remember I was thinking, I was like, man, my buddy Taco, New Jersey. I love New Jersey, by the way. Or New Jersey or New York. It was one of those news. But Donald Trump said to everybody from every community that was listening to him that he was going to deport them all. And Stephen Miller, the punchable thumb for a head, POS, racist, fascist, want to be like Benito Mussolini. Stephen Miller said that they were going to deport everybody. What's up, Baltimore? Rain. Hey, listen, Baltimore, I like Baltimore. Baltimore had this really good chicken joint. I forgot the name of it. But when my wife and I were in DC, we went to this chicken joint. Man, it was banging. ADHD again, excuse me. Then y'all got y'all streets are kind of weird too. You going up a hill and you got like these houses stacked on top of each other and apartments stacked on top of each other. Yeah, be more, baby, be more. Yep, that's what's up. Stephen Miller said this, and all these racist people said this openly. We are going to deport the criminals, and you are a criminal because you came across the border illegally. So we're going to get your mama, we're going to get your kids, we're going to get sick babies, we're going to get newborn babies. We're going to deport all of y'all and get y'all out of here because y'all came across here illegally looking for a sense of freedom because of the hellhole that you came from. We're going to deport y'all all. And your family members decided that they were going to vote for Donald Trump anyways. And the Latino community was warned by the black community. Black people warned everybody, including the white women. Black people were warning the white women. You need to go against your husband because your husband wants you to be in the Handmaid's Tale. Your husband wants you to be in the kitchen. Either your husband wants you in the kitchen or your legs spread. And that's what these white supremacists want. That's what they want. We let the Muslim community know in Dearborn, Michigan. Oh, you remember that Muslim ban that Donald Trump put on the Muslim community from all across the globe? The Muslim ban that Donald Trump put on you guys back whenever he was president in 2017. Oh, he's going to go further this time. He's going to go further this time because, yes, unfortunately, Hamas attacked the It's Not Reals, and loss of life is very sad. But the It's Not Reals that was attacked, that opened up the gates for Bibi Netanyahu to go to war with the Hamas. Now they're going after Gaza Strip and your people, the Palestinian brothers and sisters. I wonder if DJ Khaled ever said anything, or has he ever come out about it being a G side over there in Gaza? I don't know. He's in Miami, so he's got money now. He made it. We the best. I made it. Sorry, Palestinians in Gaza. Palestinians in Gaza. We warned those in Dearborn, Michigan. Just because you think that you can take your heat out on Kamala Harris that has nothing to do, she don't have any say so. That's the Zionist Joe Biden that has something to say about it. Now you got Zionist times 10 because you got Mike Huckabee Sanders, or Mike Huckabee, who says that, oh, they want to just do away with the Gaza Strip and get all the Palestinian people out of here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Rain. So where are they at? They are mighty quiet now. They're not saying anything to JD Vance about what are you doing? Stop this mess. As much heat as they gave Kamala Harris about the Gaza Strip, I can guarantee you this. Kamala Harris would have put a stop to it. She would have put a stop to Bibi Netanyahu continue to do the carnage and damage that he's doing to Gaza. What are y'all going to do in the midterms? Any Palestinian brothers and sisters here that have family in any of these Muslim community areas that Jake Lang will go over and terrorize, are y'all going to tell them to vote for a Republican? What's the Saeed? I think his name is Kamal or something, Saeed, in Michigan. I've heard some decent things about him, but I haven't done my research on him. But yeah, Dearborn, Michigan. What are you gonna do come midterms? Latino community here in Florida. What are you gonna do come midterms when it's between David Jolly, the Democrat that says that he hates what's happening to the Latino community here in Florida and the Haitian community here in Florida? You gonna let your ancestors know to vote for him or Byron Donalds that gave Donald Trump an A+ with this war going on and everything that's taking place? Let me go on because I'm just going off on a tangent here now. Donald Trump said that there will be sub 3% interest rates. I heard that credit card companies are not doing good. Last Saturday, I did a live, and there are several different things and issues taking place with consumer sentiment and why consumers are really down and bad. Credit card companies are defaulting. People aren't able to pay off their debts. It's been the highest since Donald Trump got into office. There are very many delinquencies taking place with credit card holders. Talking about delinquencies. Donald Trump is breaking records in the wrong direction. He's breaking records in a negative aspect on the U.S. economy. No tax on Social Security. I was listening to my sister Tabitha Speaks, the real Tabitha Speaks Politics, and there was a recording of Grinder Mike Johnson talking about that they need to get rid of Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security. Well, that's going to be in the big beautiful bill. 700 million, or excuse me, no, 700, I believe, billion dollars going to be cut. So my mother, who worked hard for her Social Security, my mother-in-law, who worked hard for her Social Security, me, myself, and every other person that works and provides their tax dollars to the government, there's not going to be a social safety program for all the hard work. For all the hard work that us American citizens, the working class, has done here in the United States. This is what Donald Trump said this is what Donald Trump campaigned on. So if you voted for Trump, this is what he campaigned on to get your vote. This is what he campaigned on. No tax on tips. No tax on overtime. Well, a lot of people are pissed off that they work in these type of jobs, in these gigs, and they're not getting that particular tax on tips and tax on overtime. Remember, the war in Ukraine was supposed to be ended day one. All Trump had to do was make a phone call, and it'd be done in 24 hours. Well, the Ukraine war is still going on. This was in January of 2025, MAGA. See, MAGA fell, they have a short term memory. I have a long term memory. I remember this stuff. It sticks to me. Where the uneducated, the non woke people, because I am very woke, the non woke people, this won't stick to them. That's why they have amnesia when it comes to Donald Trump saying this stuff, and they keep going back and forth on what he's saying. Donald Trump said, "Oh, I'm going to end the war in Ukraine," in front of Sean Hannity on the favorite channel that they like to watch, the propaganda network, the entertainment like wrestling, Sean Hannity. They said, Donald Trump said that he's going to end the war. He's going to get Vladimir Putin. He's going to get Vladimir Zelensky together, and they're going to say, this is over with. This is done. And then he lied and said that he's only going to be dictator on day one, and this asshole is still trying to be dictator, sending ICE Gestapo in the streets to where these ICE Gestapo are still committing crimes. There is ICE that are being apprehended for shooting Latinos. So the Latino community, wake up. There are ICE people getting arrested for trying to have a sex ring. I heard about that today. ICE trying to do a sex ring where they are using people, Hispanic women, probably men too, to be in like prostitution, some crazy stuff like that. This is what these people are doing. These are the criminals that Donald Trump has allowed to take place in our streets. Donald Trump did this, and he wants to target the black communities in black cities like Chicago. I got family that live in Chicago. Chicago's beautiful, yo. Chicago, I love Chicago. Chicago's nice. It's just a little too cold for me during the winter time. Hell, even the fall time. That's why I don't go up to Chicago like that. But in springtime, beautiful. Navy Pier over there in Chicago, Giordano's, love it. Boom. So Donald Trump was supposed to end the conflict in Israel, right? So Donald Trump was supposed to get Bibi together and whoever the Hamas leader is together, and they were supposed to squash it. Well, Donald Trump, Miriam Adelson said to Donald Trump, no, I gave you all this money. I gave you all this money to decimate the Gaza Strip because we want to have the Trump Hotel, and we want to have the Trump statue out there, and we want to have the Jared Kushner's hotel, and we want to have Miriam Adelson's hotel and casinos over there on the Gaza Strip. Oh, it's decimated. Look at some pictures of Gaza Strip right now. Palestinians, where you guys at here in the United States? You are free, but your family members in Palestine are not free. Exactly. Exactly, Taco. Yep. You got people who are acting like they are ICE. And I'm going to tell you another crazy story that happened in South Carolina, too. You have people that are portraying like they're ICE. And they are violating people. They're violating women. Because they put a mask on their face. They get a fake ICE vest or jacket or whatever. And, you know, the individuals that they are approaching and attacking, they're violating them. And they're not even part of the government. That's what Donald Trump has done. You think Kamala Harris would have done that? You think Kamala Harris would allow people to have masks on their face working for the government? That's like the Klan. Every time you see an ICE mask on their face, I don't care if they're even a black man, because there are black Klansmen. Not the movie, but there are black Klansmen. Check out Black Klansman. If you've never seen Black Klansman, it's got Denzel Washington's son in it. Very good movie. Very good movie. It talks about how David Duke was duped back in the 70s or whatnot. Black Klansman. It's a really good movie. Sybil, yeah, it's very sickening. It makes me sick how people are treated. But this is for 400 plus years. This is how Africans were treated in the United States. African women were violated. Even since, you know, when you look at Thomas Jefferson. Was it Thomas Jefferson? I think so. One of them, I got to go back to the history. It's been a minute, but what is happening with the ICE Gestapo right now and what they're doing to attack women is the same thing that my ancestors had to deal with the settlers, with the slave owners that were attacking my African sisters, my African ancestors, where they would grape them in front of their significant other. This is the stuff that they do in the past time. But let me finish up with this one here, and then I got to talk about one more thing before I end this live. But I thank you guys. Give me some likes, like the channel, support the channel, become a channel member. If you haven't become a channel member yet, it's cheap. I think it's like $2 or something like that. I got some more videos that I'm going to drop off here. Donald Trump said that he was going to lower taxes for people, for family members that make under $200,000. Where it at? Where it at for the people that make under $200,000? The last time I checked, the biggest tax distribution goes to the rich and wealthy, where our tax dollars are paying for them, like your Elon Musk, like your dude from Google. You know what I'm saying? I love using Google, but why does the Google guy got to get my money? The money that I work hard for. Why does the Facebook Mark Zuckerberg have to get my money? Why does Bill Gates and the weirdo from Apple, why do they have to get my money? Why do the millionaires and billionaires have to get my money? You know, Donald Trump in this particular Republican Party, because we can't just blame this all on Donald Trump. Yeah, where are all the checks at? Where is my $5,000 tariff dividend? Where is I am due $10,000. Elon Musk said $5,000, then $3,000, and then we were supposed to get a tariff rebate check too. The tariff rebate are going to the companies that make the products and get the products shipped here. The tariff rebate is not going to the American people, the consumer. The ones that are getting the tax breaks is the same way and the same reason why, the same reason why banks during Obama's term and corporations got tax breaks. The same reason why you had businesses getting the PPP loans, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and her company. She made $3 million from our tax money. It did not come back to the American people. And what we got was pennies on what we had to pay, and the pennies from what we had to suffer when COVID took place. And to be transparent with you, my wife and I, we received that little COVID check. We called the IRS and we told them we did not want it. That's, God blessed us financially that we said we did not want this check. We do not want this check. Take this money back. That's what we did in my household. That money went back to the reserves, right? That money went back to the Treasury, and they probably used that money for all the criminal things that they've been doing. Our government is corrupt, and it's even more corrupt with Trump in office. And I got smoke for Obama. I got smoke for Biden, because I am not just I am a progressive for one. That's what I am. I am a progressive to the core. I got smoke for Democrats and Republicans. I am not just a far left-wing person that takes everything that the Democrats do, but Obama, when they bailed out the banks and the credit card companies back then, that money should not have went to the banks. That should have went to the people instead. That's what I feel about Obama. Obama used tariffs as well. He used tariffs on rubber. And the tire companies had situations where, some of them may have went belly up when it came to rubber back then. But I can tell you this. Obama got us for one, Osama bin Laden, who Bush back in the time frame. If you look at Fahrenheit 9/11 that Michael Moore made, and I love that guy, Michael Moore. Bush had ties to bin Laden's family back in the day. Bin Laden's family back in the day when it comes to oil. Obama got us Osama bin Laden, for one. For two, Obama got us Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, where people that have pre-existing conditions can actually get health insurance that they couldn't get before. Obama got black employment increased in regards to the unemployment. Obama got us out of a recession that a Bush presidency got us in the first place. Obama got more jobs being created at the time frame than that were lost. It took him a little bit of a time frame to do that. The major thing that he got us as well is the Iranian nuclear deal, where Iran did not have the 60% enrichment of uranium that Donald Trump effed up. Donald Trump caused this mess to what we're in right now. And it's always been a Republican to do that. Democrats are not going to be great at everything at being president. But I can tell you several different things that they've been great at. They've been great at creating jobs and forming alliances and not starting freaking wars. Republicans are good at lying, taking your money, giving it to the rich, lying some more, taking away food subsidies and health care for children, women, everybody. Republicans are good for showing that they can continue to lie and continue to get Republicans who vote all red all down the ballot. That's what they do. And also, Republicans will throw in infidelity in there, but then talk about the Bible. Republicans are throwing their lies and then talk about the Bible. You have Mike Johnson, the supposed Christian man, that sits there and say that these social programs that we have with Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, that those entitlements don't need to be given because he said that they're fraudulent, but never provide any proof of anything fraudulent when it comes to it. You ever notice that when Republicans claim foul or call foul, they can never give evidential proof? Where are the arrests? How come from the 2020 election being stolen, right? Listen, let's just do this here. Let's tie it together here real quick. Donald Trump loses the 2020 election. He says that it's stolen. He's cried that it's stolen. He lost 60 out of 61 court cases about it being stolen. He had fake electors like Kenneth Cheeseborough and Tina Peters that were going to lie, and Ron Johnson too from Wisconsin. There you go, Ron Johnson from Wisconsin. He had these people that was going to try to steal the election for him in 2020. They got in trouble and they got caught, right? Why is it that not one single person of any of the Biden administration have been arrested with evidential proof that was taken to court that the election was stolen? Why haven't there been? Donald Trump in 2024 gets elected as the 47th president, unfortunately, for the United States. He never said anything about election fraud. Donald Trump said nothing about election fraud when he won in 2024. Here we are in 2026. This a-hole is still talking about the election being stolen in 2020 without any evidential proof, and he cried foul when Kristen Welker brought that to the forefront. Now he's talking about California's election system and how they run their elections, that it takes a longest time frame for them in regards to vote, counting the votes. He's talking about the election in California is stolen without any evidential proof that it has been stolen. But the only thing he says is, I know it. I know it. I can see it. How can you see that the election was stolen without any proof? That's what Donald Trump does. And that's what the Republican Party does too. Cheeseburger, what's up? What did I say about your president? He's a liar and a con artist. That's what I said. What you got to say about that? Donald Trump continues to lie. And he will say that something was stolen if he doesn't win. Or if he doesn't get what he wants. If he doesn't get the Republican Party or the Republican representative that wins, he's gonna say it's stolen. They do this. They do this. If they win, it wasn't stolen. If they lost, it was stolen. That's what they're talking about in California. That Spencer Pratt, the TV personality, you see, it's all about entertainment with the Trump administration. And the TV personality, Spencer Pratt, lost. And I'm going to just tell you this. If you are subscribed to TYT or Anna Kasparian, unsubscribe to them. Please, just do it for me. Unsubscribe to TYT and Anna Kasparian. Unsubscribe to any of these liars. I don't follow them because really they claim to be progressive, but they are center right. And Anna Kasparian, you can just call her a right wing. I was watching AT2, and Anna Kasparian in Political Punk. She's a liar. I don't trust her. I don't trust Anna Kasparian. I don't trust Jake Uyghur. I barely trust Hassan Piker. No, you know what? No, I cannot trust Hassan Piker because he can't speak on the issues that are taking place in South Sudan or in Sudan. So I can't trust him. If he can't talk about black people issues, I've come to find out that the supposed liberals or leftists, if they can't talk about black people issues and what's taking place with black people's issues and the atrocities that are taking place, they're not an ally of mine. I'll tell you who my allies are that are white. Listen to me really quick. I always say really quick and then I keep rambling on. Texas Paul is an ally. Check it. Write this down. The Romano Report with Brian Romano is an ally. Kyle Kalinske is an ally. I'm just going off of the white content creators that I feel that are allies to me. To me personally, that's my opinion. Jesse Dollemore is an ally. The Logical Leftist is an ally. These are white content creators now. White content creators, okay? Who else? Jolly Good Ginger is an ally. The Good Liars, I love the Good Liars. These are white content creators. Please check them out because they speak on black issues. Hawk's Podcast, my boy with the mullet. He's over in California. Hawk's Podcast. Hawk is an ally. Political Punk is an ally to the black community, to me, for what I've seen so far. I've had it podcast, even though I don't like them dilly-dallying, which they can do what they want to do with Hassan Piker and getting on his nutsack and all that kind of stuff. I've had it podcast. I love those ladies. They're pretty cool. These are allies that speak on all issues, not just one certain demographic. They speak on all issues. Jesse Dollemore especially. Jesse Dollemore educated me more on the Black Panthers. Please check them out. Jesse Dollemore, especially Texas Paul and Jesse Dollemore. And Brian Romano Report. He's over on the West Coast, I believe, as well. He's gonna pop a blood vessel or something. Brian Romano, he's a cursor too. He gets pissed off. He gets pissed off to no end about this administration and all the crazy and atrocities that they're doing. There are many more allies to the black community there, but I can just only talk about those few. Last but not least that I want to talk about. Last but not least is, do you guys see how terrible the front lawn of the White House is looking, guys? Do you guys see how terrible Donald Trump has defaced and destroyed the beauty of the White House? Give me some thumbs up if you do not like the terrible things that Donald Trump has done to the White House location and area. Like, he has decimated it. And he's put up this arena. Listen. Hey, what's up, Ryan? What's going on? Glad you're here, my friend. Juby, hey, glad you're here. This dude has a UFC arena in front of the White House, and I posted on my guy. Dang, I'm drawing a blank now. Coach D Speaks. I posted on Coach D Speaks because he was talking about this. That Donald Trump is making the White House location his own little theme park, his own little playground for himself. That's what Donald Trump is doing. Trump is destroying the fabric of our democracy while destroying how the White House looks. It is terrible. If you can actually look at it and get an aerial view of it and then go, you can pan around the 360. It is terrible. Donald Trump is planning on not leaving. Excuse me. He's planning on not leaving, guys. We're gonna have to band together and get that dude up out of there. Now, I'm not saying that I'm part of Antifa, but I am anti-fascist. I don't know. I don't even know where there is a headquarter at. Donald Trump claims that there's Antifa around here, but I don't even know where there's a headquarter at. I don't even know who is the leader. You know what I'm saying? They throw all this stuff at us to get us to distract from what's really going on. But I can tell you this. The White House front lawn in the area is a complete eyesore. It is a complete eyesore. I can't stand the way it looks. And I will not be watching no UFC fight. I used to like UFC back in the day. I did. I used to like UFC, and I stopped watching UFC when two reasons why I stopped. The first reason is because I heard how terrible Dana White was treating the fighters, and that the fighters did not have the best income coming in or even like health insurance. Dana White treated the fighters like crap, and he still does. With his no lip having tail. Dana White has no lips. He's like this. That's Dana White right here. This is Dana White with his ugly tail. I don't know why anybody would try to listen to Dana White and get advice from him. He's not a good person. The second thing that I really have a nasty taste about Dana White is in regards to him and how that video surfaced of him putting his hands on his wife, slapping her and stuff in the camera and everything. Like I will not put my hands on my wife. I don't care if she's beating me up and all that. I will push her out the way. I will try to get her arms and try to keep her from doing what she do. But he was cold copping her in front of people. Dana White is not a good individual. And I'm not going to be watching a UFC fight. No sirree. He's a terrible person with no lips and a bald head. Ooh. I can't stand these people, man. I can't stand these people. But anyways, I've done enough yapping. Listen, guys. I got. Please watch. There's two videos I had released recently, and I need your support with boosting up the algorithm, because honest, independent media from the left side, from people who care about humanity, is being suppressed. It's being suppressed. Everybody talks about it. Tabitha Speaks Politics, David Pakman, Kyle Kalinske doesn't seem to be touched right now, but I'm pretty sure they're going to try to go after him too. But left-wing content, let me rephrase that. Honest content from people who care about other people, not just themselves, is being suppressed. Honest, independent media is being suppressed. Adam Mockler is being suppressed. Please give us some support. Jesse Dollamore, please go to his channel, comment. Hype his channel if you can. I don't think you can because he's a bigger channel. Reese Waters, he's getting a little bit more engagement, but Coach D Speaks, help us out. We need us here. We need us out here, honestly, because we're gonna keep it honest with you and tell you what's going on and what we see, especially when it takes place in other cities and states, especially in Florida, guys. Subscribe. Well, not subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Hype the channel, hype the videos, please. Comment, help me out. Thank you guys all. Jesse Dollamore is like dollar and then more. Or it's Dollemore. Dollamore. Jesse Dollamore. He does the Daily Dollamore with his wife too, Brittany Page. Jesse Dollamore, Dollemore. Really good guy. Um, Former Marine, retired Marine, that is. Really good, charismatic person that I've seen. If you can see a man cry on live stream, you know that person cares. And I've seen that man cry. Okay, I've almost cried seeing him cry. Actually, I think I teared up when I saw him crying. And this was about the Renee Good situation that took place, where you can see it. Yeah, yeah. Jesse Dollamore, fair and balanced too. Fair and balanced is a good dude too. He's an ally. But yes, please watch our videos. I watch videos. I listen to videos in the background, guys, and I know I'm just flapping my gums here, filibustering. Uh, I watch videos in the background. Just listen to them, and then comment and hype the channels, please, because we need help. We need help. We know, just like TikTok, they're gonna try to suppress us anywhere they can to get independent, true, and real voices out there talking about the ills of man. Um, yeah, I got a video that's gonna come out tomorrow. Check that out. It's really good. It's some investigative information that I've been, trying to figure out since last year. Okay, guys, it's very important for us to know that. I love you all. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Give me thumbs up if this is your first time on the channel. I thank you for subscribing. Please thumbs up if you can. If you are new here, just know that this guy right here, I care about y'all. That's why I do this. I care about y'all. Uh, Subscribe to the channel. Well, you've already subscribed. I keep talking about that. I keep saying that, subscribe, man, because I'm still new. But take care of yourself. Please take care of this here. And yeah, peace and love.